What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we are going to be breaking down the 9 Galactic Legends, talking about the requirements, what you're getting out of these requirements, and also talking about which one should be your priority as a new and or returning player, and that which one you should focus as your first Galactic Legend. We're going to talk about what these requirements for these different characters are going to get you, if they're useful with or without the character that you're using to unlock with them with, and what you can expect with these Galactic Legends in terms of viability for different game modes. We're going to break that all down in today's video. If you guys enjoy this video, find it helpful or informative, make sure that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's dive into it. And first, let's touch on the subject of Lightspeed bundles, which are pretty much time-saving bundles. And what these do is they will give you characters at certain relic requirements. Sometimes they even give you Zetas. Some of the newer ones have been giving Zetas. And these will help shorten the farm that you will need to unlock certain characters. You're basically spending money to save time. Now, right now, there are 3 outright Galactic Legends that you can buy with Lightspeed bundles. That is Rey, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, and Sith Eternal Emperor, or as we call him, C for short. So with Rey, you get a couple different Lightspeed bundles that are going to get you Jedi Training Rey and BB-8. Both are being legendary characters. You will have to use other characters to get them. My recommendation is if they're going to buy something, you can skip the BB-8 bundle and go straight to the Kylo Ren bundles, because BB-8 requires First Order to unlock. And the Kylo Ren Lightspeed bundles are going to get you those First Order characters. You use that, you get BB-8, but then you also get to Sith Eternal Emperor, and or as we call him, C for short. His Lightspeed bundles are broken into 2, really, and that you have one that gives you the Separatist characters, or the Empire characters, the Empire characters, and then one gives you the Sith characters. So there's different ones here like Royal Guard, Admiral Piet, Darth Vader. Those are your Empire characters. Then you have Sith, so you have like Count Dooku, Darth Maul, Darth Sidious. Those will also be bought through another one. And this is how I personally got Sith Eternal Emperor. I did not really farm him up because he right now is just the worst Galactic Legend in the game. He's not viable on defense. His offense is suspect at times. You require Wat Tambor to be viable, and sometimes you have to bring in Darth Bane, which is a whole nother story. But really, even with the requirements that you have to get Sith Eternal Emperor, most of these characters you're just not going to use with him. There's better options, other places they're going to fit in. Admiral Piet, Royal Guard don't really work with the Sith Eternal Emperor because his lead is more about Sith. And even the Sith you have here are not great Sith anyways. There is Jedi Anakin here, but that is, you're going to use that more for like Jedi Master Kenobi or General or Galactic Republic teams. Veers and Colonel Stark is at least some nice requirements here, and that it gets you going on a starting dark side team with Imperial Troopers, which is very helpful because you're going to use that to unlock R2-D2, which we're going to talk about with other Galactic Legends. But for the most part, nobody that you use to unlock Sith Eternal Emperor you're using with C. And this is unfortunate, and just not being a good Galactic Legend. Sorry, he is good, but he's the worst of them. And for that, I would say that I would not make him be my first one. The other 2 here, we talked about him already. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Great thing with his is that you get some really good teams out of this. You are using Crew or Kylo Ren Unmasked, First Order Stormtrooper, First Order Officer, First Order Executioner, Sith Trooper, all work great with that Kylo Ren team. And we did get a Conquest Lifter with Darkside Vision Rey, which is absolutely fantastic. One of the best Conquest characters in the team. Really takes the Kylo Ren team up to another level, turns him into an offensive powerhouse, can make him viable on defense, which is absolutely crazy. Never thought I'd see the day that we have Kylo Ren being viable on defense, but that requires a Conquest character. So in order to really get your full potential with Kylo Ren, you need Darkside Vision Rey, at which point you're talking, at this point, you can get some shards right now in Conquest, but here in another few rounds, that's not going to be possible. So you're going to have to get her through Proving Grounds. That's 18 months of grind. In fact, actually, by the time this video goes live, people watch it, the final conquest you can farm Darkside Vision Rey will have ended. At that point, you're stuck getting her through Proving Grounds. Rey, with hers, you also get some really good teams here. You get a nice Resistance team with Jedi Training Rey. You have a Finn team with Exposes that starts to be built up with Zori Bliss if you ever farm her, with Finn, Resistance Trooper, Poe Dameron. You get some nice Exposes with that team that really helps be viable in Grand Arena, and also a surprising counter to Galactic Legend Ahsoka, go figure. But yeah, you get some solid Resistance teams here. You also get Radis, which is part of the Resistance fleet, which is really weak right now, and I do have to mention as well with Kylo Ren, you get a lot of First Order characters here, and you get a First Order fleet going up and running by having Finalizer and General Hux as well. So you do get some nice Resistance and First Order fleets between the respective Galactic Legends, but both of those are not some of your strongest fleets in the game. So you do have some nice bonuses there, but they do have varying degrees of viability. Rey is purely a defensive Galactic Legend. You throw her on defense with Ben Solo or with your Ezra Exile, and that's a pretty strong defensive team. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren is a really offensive juggernaut, really good on offense, viable on defense. But both of those I still say are not good options for your first Galactic Legend, because while they do have their uses, you get some good teams out of them. We're looking for that return on investment, and both of these just do not give them yet. Now, next up, let's talk about Galactic Legend Ahsoka, our newest one. And I'm going to just say outright, if you're a new or returning player, not an option for you. Very expensive to get this. 3 Relic 9 requirements at least, with Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum, Commander Ahsoka Tano, which is a Conquest character, and Ahsoka Tano Snips. All Relic 9, very expensive to get. This is pretty much the most expensive Galactic Legend we have right now. And you do get some really good viability out of her. She's great on defense, she's great on offense, really good in both Territory Wars and Grand Arena, really good. But for most players out there, just not a good option, especially if you haven't really pushed into endgame, just because the requirements are very steep. Now, some of these requirements, you will get an assault battle called Peridia Patrol with Captain Enoch, Death Trooper Peridia, and Night Trooper. You're going to get great return on those investments if you do gear them up, but because the character requirements are so expensive, it's likely way out of your league, and we're focusing on something new players should be focusing on. It's just not going to be Galactic Legend Ahsoka. You'll get some good stuff out of her out of the future, but for right now, that's really off the table for you. So finally, let's before we get to our what I like to call the Galactic Legend Triumvirate, let's talk Lord Vader and General Kenobi. These two have a little bit of overlap. There's some overlap with Lord Vader and Sith Eternal Emperor as well. You do have your Grand Moff Tarkin, that's going to be part of one of your Empire fleets. You have the Y-Wing Starfighter, which is part of your Galactic Republic fleets, especially with Negotiator, which lies very nicely with Jedi Master Kenobi. Nute Gunray, General Skywalker with the 501st team is very good. General Skywalker, ARC Trooper, and Echo 501st, all parts of that 501st squad. Very good team. Still viable to this day for being out for 5+ years at this point. Very good. The big problem with Lord Vader is we're in a bit of a renaissance right now, and Darkside Clone Troopers are a new lifter for him, and they are very good. I wiped out a Jedi Master Kenobi team on defense in Grand Arena today, and man, that was cathartic with this team, man. Just watching Apo just instantly delete Jedi Master Kenobi was great. But the big problem with Lord Vader beyond the expensive requirements here is that, again, not using these characters with him, and a lot of these characters just aren't really used. Count Dooku, Zam Wesell, Nute Gunray, you're not using those characters. The old Bad Batch, like half of the character requirements here just aren't really used. So really expensive in terms of Kyro Tech. A lot of characters you can't use with Lord Vader. Jedi Master Kenobi is quite a bit better. You have General Kenobi and Negotiator, already the mainstay in your Galactic Republic fleet with the capital ship. Mace Windu with Jedi Vanguard, or sorry, not Jedi Vanguard. Mace Windu with his Galactic Republic ship. Aayla Secura's Jedi Vanguard. Bo-Katan Kryze can be used on a light side Mandalorian team down the road. You get some better stuff down here. Qui-Gon Jinn is a fantastic Omicron lead for newer players. Really good in Galactic Arena, or not Galactic Arena, Grand Arena. You have IG-100 Magna Guard with General Grievous down here. The big thing that kind of hangs you up here is going to be Wat Tambor. And Wat Tambor is one of the Geonosis territory battle characters. In order to get him inside of Geonosis territory battles, you have a special event that you use to unlock him. But then if you're not doing that territory battle yet, you have to buy his shards up here in this top left corner in the Guild Event store. And it's going to swap between Ki-Adi-Mundi and Wat Tambor. They are very expensive, and you're looking at a several-year farm to get these characters unlocked through the Guild Event store. So the big problem there with Jedi Master Kenobi is you require a Wat Tambor that's going to take you a long time to get, especially if you're not doing the Geonosis territory battle. But also beyond that, there's a character from Conquest called Commander Ahsoka Tano. We talked about her with the requirements for Galactic Legend Ahsoka, as you need her at Relic 9. but you must use her with Jedi Master Kenobi. Without Commander Ahsoka, the Jedi Master Kenobi team just does not work. And again, you're talking 9 months if you do spend money on the Conquest Plus Conquest Pass Plus, and that's $40 or no, $30. I know, $40 each month, and that will double the shard farm that you get for Commander Ahsoka. So you get it at 9 months. Or if you don't spend money, you're looking at 18 months. And that is an incredibly long time to farm up a Conquest character. So you have 2 very long farms required just to get Jedi Master Kenobi unlocked and usable. Not a good idea because that just takes a lot of time. 9 months for a new player, that's a very long time. Like, you're fresh in the game. If you're having to wait 9 months just to get your first Galactic Legend at that point, that's rough. So that's the other one. Again, another character I don't recommend as a first Galactic Legend. What I do want to focus on is what I like to call the Galactic Legend Triumvirate, and that is Jedi Master Luke, Leia Organa, and Jabba the Hutt. Now, all 3 of these characters have significant overlap with each other, and that some of them have characters that are pretty much used across 2 different Galactic Legends, or are used to unlock a character that's used in another Galactic Legend. So let's start by talking about Jedi Master Luke. Probably the least useful of the Triumvirate, but still a very good option. Old Ben, Jedi Train Rey, we see that already. JTR, we need her for the Galactic Legend Rey. Then you have C-3PO. C-3PO you unlock him using Ewoks, and we'll get to Ewoks here in a second. Then you have Mon Mothma, 3PO Chewie, Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, R2-D2 Han Solo, Chewbacca, Rebel Y-Wing, Princess Leia, Hermit Yoda, Wedge Antilles, Biggs Darklighter, and Lando Calrissian. The big thing here is that just about every character in here is used in some way, shape, or form, except for a couple characters in some type of legendary or epic confrontation event. The ones that aren't are Mon Mothma and 3PO and Chewie. Both those are not used for a confrontation, as well as Han Solo. R2-D2 is a legendary that you use Empire for. Imperial Troopers, if you're building them up, you'll get R2-D2 unlocked pretty easily. Princess Leia, along with Old Ben, are all used to unlock Commander Luke Skywalker, which is used to unlock Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. Lando Calrissian is also used, as well as Biggs and Wedge with their ships are used inside the Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker event as well. So you're building up these characters to get to Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker in some way, shape, or form. You've got some really nice overlap in his farmability here. R2-D2 is a mainstay on the Leia Organa team, which we're going to get to here in a second. C-3PO is used very often with Han Solo and Chewbacca on that Commander Luke Skywalker team, which again you have to use to get to Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. And in order to get through Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, you have to build up another fantastic Darkside Omicron character in Wampa. That's the first tier. Very good starting Omicron for Grand Arena as well. It's one character. You use Wampa on her own. She wipes out a ton of teams as a beginner player. Very worthwhile investment for GAC Omicrons. Like, that's really, really good. Highly recommended. You're going to use her to get Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, which is used for other characters already anyways. Yeah, really, really friendly farming requirements and really good viability with a lot of these teams. Only ones you don't use a lot really is Jedi Train Rey. She's kind of fallen off that she's not using. She's kind of, I did a tier ranking the other day. I'd say she's one of the worst legendaries in that she's not really used much, but you're going to at least use her to get Galactic Legend Rey down the road. Lando you're not using as well. Biggs and Wedge you're not using much either. Their Rebel fleets have, their Rebel viability for ships has kind of aged like milk. But Hermit Yoda, great on the Jedi Master Luke team. Princess Leia falls off, but maybe you can get her into a team somewhere. But really good requirements overall for this guy. And then we get to Leia Organa, and we just talked about Ewoks with C-3PO. In order to unlock C-3PO as a legendary event, you have to use Ewoks. And so we get 3 different Ewoks as requirements within the the Leia Organa kits here, or Leia Organa requirements. Princess Nisa, Wicket, and Chief Chirpa. Chief Chirpa being the lead. Wicket is going to be a bit of a grind because you have to use the Endor escalation to get him, but at least that's going to be helpful. There are other ways to get him as well, but Wicket is pretty vital to the Ewok team. Princess Nisa lifts it. Chief Chirpa is the lead. So you are at least building up the Ewoks to get to C-3PO. You can throw relics on those 3 and get C-3PO pretty easily. Lando Calrissian, here he is again. We're using him for Jedi Knight Luke. Now you're also using him to get Leia Organa, not Princess Leia, just Leia Organa unlocked. Captain Rex lifts that Phoenix team, which is a great light side starting team. You get Captain Rex on there, a very deadly light side team overall, viable into the end game. We talked about Nisa and Wicket, Lando. Admiral Akbar is going to help kind of fill in your Rebel fleet until you get Profundity way down the road. This is going to be Rebel fleet. You have Han Solo and Chewbacca with their Millennium Falcon Legendary as well to use bounty hunters to get. And you have a nice solid Rebel fleet going already with Admiral Akbar. You have Biggs and Wedge with their ships. You have Han Solo with the Millennium Falcon. You also have to use the Y-Wing as well to get Jedi Knight or Jedi Master Luke unlocked. So you do have something going there as well. Rebel Officer Leia Organa and Captain Han Solo are both also used to unlock Jedi Knight Luke. Commander Luke Skywalker have to use to unlock Jedi Knight Luke. 3PO and Chewie fits right into that CLS team with 3PO, with Han, with Chewbacca. 3PO and Chewie is the final character that fits into that CLS team. Very strong Rebel team. Lobot, really useless, not using him a lot. And Bausch Leia fits right into the Jabba the Hutt team. Really using her. She's pretty vital to that Jabba team. So really good requirements here, and you can see again that overlap with Jedi Master Luke. But what sets her above Jedi Master Luke is just the Endor escalation event. You're already using that to get Wicket, and at tier 3, you get an event that requires Leia Organa. Now, the rewards on this are not great. In order to get to tier 3, you have to have 7-star Ewoks, and then they just give you Ewok shards for some reason. Hey, at least it's free shard shop currency, but you also get Omicrons and slicing materials for relics. So you at least get something out of that. It's better than nothing. It's better than what you're getting out of the other Galactic Legends we have so far. So this is another really good option for starting, but the one I like the most is going to be Jabba the Hutt. Gotta get... There's his laugh out of the way. Really good overlap again. So Han Solo, we see that already with other teams. Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker's down here. Then we have Chrysanthemum, which is the main tank for the Jabba team. Outrider, which is going to help lift your Rebel fleets down the road. Greedo is part of the Hutt Cartel. Skiffguard Lando is another Hutt Cartel member. Jawa and Aurora. Did I say enough R's in that? Both kind of useless characters, though Tuskens are useful in Grand Arena. Jawas are just kind of useless in general. Bausch Leia, again, here we are, overlap with Leia Organa. Aura Singh and Fennec Shand, not so great. Fennec is kind of on the ropes now because they have said that is like the one like easy counter, it's one like free counter to Lord Vader, but they are not going to let her counter Lord Vader anymore, so her usefulness has kind of fallen out the window there. And Boba Fett, another Hutt Cartel member as well. So you do see some overlap here, the C-3PO, the Bausch Leia, Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, again, one legendary used for three different Galactic Legends. That's really good. I mean, you don't get that a lot. You mean you have like Jedi Train Rey with Jedi Master Luke and Rey, but yeah, it's not very often you see Galactic Legend require the same legendary for three different Galactic Legends. That's just great. I love that. But the big thing that sets Jabba the Hutt apart from the other Galactic Legends, except for Leia, and I think what puts him over Leia as being the first Galactic Legend you should work on, is going to be the Smuggler's Run 2 event. And this event requires Jabba with Hutt Cartel members, or sorry, just Scoundrel members in general. And what you do with this is you run this event, and it gets you a ton of mod slicing materials each month. And as a new player, those are incredibly valuable. Those take a long time to get. You're usually probably farming your relic slicing material, or your mod slicing materials, not relics. Usually you're using your Grand Arena currency to buy Kyrotech instead of mod slicing materials. You're probably spending your guild event tokens on things like Kyrotech or your Gear 12 finishers instead of your micro attenuators. You're not getting a lot of mod slicing materials outside of running mod battles, and you're also having to farm up mods as a new player. So if you can get a huge head start on those mod slicing materials by doing Relic Smuggler's Run, that's going to pay off in the long run, and you're going to get a pretty good head start over people who don't work on Jabba as their first legendary. Just Smuggler's Run 2 sets him apart from the others. If that didn't exist, I would say Leia would be your first one, and then you'd go to Luke and Jabba at the same time. But yeah, trying to get those mods sliced up so you get some good options there, so you can get these mods going on your characters, really speed them up. That's important. So that is where I stand at with what should be your first legendary, or not legendary, Galactic Legend. Jabba the Hutt, then Leia, then Luke, and then you kind of go from there. Those three are going to fill out nicely. That gets you a nice triumvirate. You get some nice overlap with them. Really shortens the farm. You also get going on some different fleets like the bounty hunters. With Jabba, you can get a executive fleet going down the road. With Leia, you get that rebel fleet going. You can eventually work on profundity down the road as well. That is where I stand on what should be your first farmed Galactic Legend. I want to hear from you guys. What do you all think of this? Do you guys agree? Do you disagree? Do you think that different characters should be the first Galactic Legend? Let me know down below in the comments section. If you guys have enjoyed this video, again, make sure that like button, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys next time.